Welcome back to another devlog for my game GeoDepths. Thanks to Steam Next Fest and all of you that have tried the demo, I've received lots and lots of feedback. There were many bugs and issues that people found, which I fixed promptly, but there were also many feature and improvement requests that I have received, and I've spent time weeding out the requests that aren't feasible for me, whether because of budget or time constraints, and I have been working hard since on those that are doable, namely for controller support and WSD support for driving the drill. Let me start with the former. So firstly, I busted open the Unity input system and set up all the gamepad bindings. Then whipped out my favourite controller, and there, done and dusted. Okay, not quite, I still needed to make sure that all the systems can still be controlled fully with a controller. Well, the building system was easy, I just needed to make it so that the controller's D-pad can be used to cycle between the build categories and items, which lets me show off these smart little input key icons, which switch between controller and keyboard controls dynamically, and always show the correct input mapping. The cave exploring didn't need any tweaking, everything just still worked nicely. That just left the drilling, which at the moment is completely controlled using the mouse. Now, making the drilling workable with the controller actually leads me to another piece of major feedback I frequently get: WASD support for controlling the drill. If I make it so you can control the drill with just keyboard input, then I can easily make it work with using a controller. So let's go kill two birds with one stone. I made it so that the turning of the drill can be controlled using left and right. Then likewise, the throttle can be controlled using forwards and backwards. For the controller specifically, I made it so that the left stick controls the steering and the right stick controls the speed, which is opposite of how movement and rotation usually works on a controller. But this lines up with which side the controls are on the drill, so I hope it makes sense, but maybe I can add a setting to flip them in the future. Whilst I was at it, I also made it so you can move the drill and rotate it at the same time, which was yet again another example of a commonly requested change. So with the drill movement and rotation done, I made similar changes to the ore mining and drill tool usage. Now, I've got to say, it feels good to sit back and control the drill using a controller. I've had a lot of people tell me how chill the game feels, and I've got to say, it feels even more chill using a controller. With all that done, I switched my attention to the settings window and completely redesigned it, featuring new options, including ones for the new controller input. You can rebind all the input buttons and even switch the controller type from Xbox to PlayStation buttons. Now, that's at least 3 major items of feedback checked off this list. But that's not all I have changed. I have made many usability and interaction improvements. Let me just quickfire through them now. I've made the crosshair go away unless you have the multi-tool open, added this sick Doom 3 inspired terminal cursor. I've included more helpful prompts to the drill info screen to guide the player to know what to do when at caves and ore patches. This funky little stop button to stop the drill. And lastly, this rock toughness meter, which shows the toughness rating of the rock you are currently drilling through, and what the max toughness currently is. Well, feel free to try out all these great new features and improvements, as I have uploaded them all into the Steam and itch.io demo builds. And join the Discord, let me know what you think of all these changes. Now, this may be the last devlog for a while, as I have basically finished off all the mechanics and features of the game. From here on out, I just need to add story stuff, which I don't want to show off until release. More caves, with variety and interesting things to find, more machines and decorations to build at the base, and general balancing and polishing. All things that won't really warrant a full devlog. I currently plan on focusing on smashing out the rest of this content and polish for a release date in September, although a whole bunch of popular games are coming out then, so it may end up being October, but I'll announce a release date closer to time. Well, don't forget to wishlist GeoDepths on Steam in the meantime, try out the demo, and subscribe and like the video. I'll see you next time.